Hello, it's Playday Monday, and here's something you can do for getting ready for the holidays. Those are coming up, or just for fun. So I'm just going to take you through the basic steps and then show you what I've done. And then if you're interested, you leave a comment in the section and I will take you through it step by step. Okay, so first off, Michael's. Good source for getting wood slices. Like this one. Or this one. Okay, and then once you have those, sorry about that, you use watercolor ground. And I use the Daniel Smith watercolor titanium. They also have it in clear, so, or transparent, so if you want the wood grain to show through, you can use that. Okay, it's best to put on 2 layers, and I put them on, I would say good milky consistency. You get a flat brush full of water, take off the excess, and then just paint it on. I used an old brush, which the gouache didn't come out real well, so it's pretty much ruined. That's fine. I've got plenty of them. Okay, so one helpful hint on this is when you do that final layer, you've got it all the paint on, very lightly, barely touching the surface. Go horizontally and then vertically, very lightly. And it will allow the paint to stay on there and you will not have to sand it at all. And I don't recommend sanding, though some people do that. And then you can start with the painting. Okay, so I'm going to show you some of mine. This one is more for fall. You paint it on. I spray it with archival spray, both front and back. Sign it on the back. And you can also use Mod Podge on there. It's up to you what your choice is. I'm just testing out doing it with the archival spray. And that is, let me show it to you. This. Krylon. There's also one that's from Grumbacher. Either one works well. Okay, so here's another one of them singing with a hint of Northern Lights. Snowman Carolyn. And then here is a takeoff of my texture tail little guys. Storyteller. And these are the Monks of Mulberry. Getting up to mischief. And on this one, I used some iridescent paint in layers, multiple colors of like copper and ruby and some topaz. Lightly put it over. And once you get your first layer, it's just like painting on paper. You get one layer done, let it dry, go for the next layer, let it dry, go for your details, let them dry. And then the snow, I think, is really, really pretty on here because I use iridescent white to make things sparkle a little bit. So the final touch after you've sprayed is to take a drill and drill a hole. And I just got these here little ribbons and I haven't tried them out yet, so let's see what happens when we put these in it. I might need to get a crochet hook. If you have a real small crochet hook, it might work. I think this is going to be a situation where I am going to have to use a crochet hook. Let's see if we have any of these that are narrow enough to do it. Or you might have to just drill a hole a little bigger. Yeah, these are going to need crochet hook going through in order to, but you get the idea. You bring it through and then you have your ability to hang it on the wall or on a tree or whatever. Or you can not put the hole in it, as in one of these I made it look like the little creature here look like the How to Train Your Dragon characters, and gave it to my son-in-law for a birthday present. And so yeah, the other thing would be to untie this. I don't think this would untie easily, and just put it through with a darning needle. Might be able to do that. I should have thought to have that here, and I didn't. So shame on me. Let me see if I've got something around here real quick that I can test this out, because I'm dying to try this, get these done, so that we have something done for the holiday that's coming up here. That would be, there's Halloween. You could make these with pumpkins. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to take this white one here, bend it over, wet it with some saliva. That's gross, I know. Put it through the hole. Might be a little bit tedious here. Where do I have my knitting needles? That would work. I'm betting they're out here in the garage. Or there's also, let's see, I may have, that's not going to work. Let's see, I have a fine detail brush around here somewhere. And that fine detail brush has a really small, well, that's really small. So small that right now I can't find it. Ha! Ain't that the dickens? This is not quite thin enough. Okay. I paused and I went and I found, here's a knitting needle, here's a crochet hook, and here's a, this would be like a needle you use for sewing like granny squares together and that kind of thing. So I'm just going to go ahead and do it this way, and I'm going to take it through this way. That's a snug fit, but that's fine. You know what, I'm going to go the other way, because then I get this, yeah. And it's easy to pull this through. Do it to about the right length to be able to put it on a tree or hang it on a wall. Sorry about this being clumsy. but at least you're getting a realistic picture, idea, whatever, that this can be. Sorry. Okay, so I got this. I'm gonna grab my scissors. These scissors are old. I've had them for like 35 years, something like that. So, yeah. There we go. I think that looks cute. And I can try taking these through here like this with this loop. Pull it through here. It wants to stick a little bit. It's a nice snug fit. Now how'd that happen? That knot's not big enough. And it's not sticking. So we try it again. And this time, we hold this knot with our thumb. Sorry. And then, if we need to, we'll staple it down, but I'll have to work this around and make a bigger knot. Come on, this is pretty stiff ribbon, so this is not an easy thing. I thought I was getting, when I ordered these, I thought I was getting some pliable ribbon. It's pretty though. Okay, so there you go. But this is the whole idea, and if you want to learn more about sketching on these and doing this, I can do a step-by-step series and show you how everything is done. And of course, you always need to have a handy dandy like this. They usually come in a drafting set for like architects or things like that. Drafting sets, yeah. So I'm gonna sweep these off, this crumbs off here on the floor, and then I can just sweep them up with the broom. But you don't want those crumbs, little bits of bark, all that's shedding on your ornaments. So anyway, this is what I'm doing. It's a little bit of a production, yes, but I think they're well worth it. I think they're very cute. Especially this one. It's a favorite. And the snowman singing in the snow. That is a combination of course, watercolor and ink. So, if you want to know more about this, give it a thumbs up and subscribe so you get a notification. That's going to do it for today. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your week, and I will see you back here maybe during the week. I don't know. I've got a lot of stuff going on. So I cannot guarantee, but this is a project that I dearly love, so I'm going to definitely share it. because I like sharing what I do. I may not be the greatest at it, but I love it, and I love to experiment. And then, yeah, that's another one. It doesn't have a big enough knot. So I'm going to take care of this knot, and I'm going to wish you a great rest of your week, and I'm going to get busy and make bigger knots in these ribbons and get them ready to go. Where they're going to go, I don't know. I've got some possibilities to explore, and when you come back, I will let you know what's happened with those. So, thank you for watching. Bye now.